I wanted to make a quick response video to Alfonzo Rachel's latest post. It is fascinating to me that he would say Democrats are trying to steal Lincoln, while in the very same video blatantly attempt to steal the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for the Republican Party. He is determined to co-opt Dr. King for his cause. I discussed this at length in a video response that I did months ago. In short, Dr. King never claimed to be a Republican in any speech or book, and Dr. King's wife, Coretta Scott King, his children, his associates, the King Center, and historians all agree that Dr. King didn't want to align with any party. Democrats don't claim Dr. King was a Democrat. We claim he was a liberal. We claim this because we can show it was true. Dr. King was anti-war, pro-union, pro-civil rights, pro-big government programs, pro-national voting rights standards, and pro-family planning, even accepting the Margaret Sanger Award from Planned Parenthood. He was also in favor of something that looked a lot like affirmative action. Not many of these positions can be said to align well with the Republican Party platform of today, or even of Dr. King's own time. Even Zoe himself has previously suggested that Dr. King had socialist leanings. This should rightly make you wonder why people like Zoe want to be associated with Dr. King at all, especially since Zoe has a book, Weapon of Ass Destruction, that I am currently reviewing in a video series, where ASS stands for American Socialist States, and socialist is not being used as a compliment. The answer can be found in the same video that prompted my first response.
I mean, do you realize how devastating it would be to the Democrat Party for the word to get out that Martin Luther King was a Republican?
Yes, Dr. King would also provide great cover against charges of racism in the GOP. Finally, there's been a big change since I did my original video on this subject months ago. At the time, I noted that the most prominent person promoting the claim that Dr. King was a Republican was his niece, a prominent anti-abortion activist named Alveda King. Her name came up in virtually every discussion on the subject, and many conservatives ignored all of the evidence to the contrary, instead relying on Alveda King's claim as the final word. Well, as of October 2013, Alveda King has retracted her claim, saying in part, "I have few regrets in my life. At the top of the list is the demise of 2 children in my womb and 1 miscarriage. Next to that, I regret having said to a group of peers that my uncle ML, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., was a Republican. I said that without having all of the facts. My grandfather, Dr. Martin Luther King Sr., was a registered Republican. Uncle ML was an independent who, in his own words, tended to vote Democrat. I assumed that since Granddaddy was a Republican, Uncle ML was too." Got that? The most widely accepted claim has been retracted. In fact, she recently corrected someone on Twitter on this very subject. You can find the link to her full press release down below. And with that, the next time Zoe tells you that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a Republican, you will know with certainty that he isn't mistaken. He is lying. If you found this video interesting and would like to see more like it, please take a second to subscribe. Please also rate it and share it with your friends or your enemies, especially your enemies.